Now, Mr. Khan. Genghis? Can I call you Gengi? Or maybe Temujin? You have a preference, sir?
Temujin was my born name. I no longer use it. I'm Genghis now. And Khan is just the name my clan has bestowed upon me. It is a privilege to be a Khan.
Okay there, Mr. High and Mighty. I understand your childhood was really rough. Can you tell me about that? Do you feel comfortable doing that?
My childhood was no different than any other child. It was hard, we were poor. I even had to kill my half-brother because he stole from the clan when food was short. But I do not regret it. It is the law.
Very interesting. And what are your views on religion and philosophy? I've heard some interesting stuff about immortality.
I never believed in the spiritual side until I met the monk Gunjeng. And he opened my eyes that there are other ways that I can go about tackling my enemies. That total annihilation is not always the way to go.
I understand you married young. What's your wife Bort like?
Initially, I married her only to further strengthen our family and clan. But over time, she's grown to be a good wife to me.
Do you really think that? Or any other familial or marriagerial issues?
She was my first and my most memorable, but I have other wives around as well.
Huh. I've heard you completed many conquests as well. Do you have a favorite?
Yes. My sacking of Guangzhou was one of my most memorable. I had our enemies covered, surrounded, and they thought they were protected in the great big wall. But we were able to starve them out, and we even kidnapped some of their own scientists to build us war machines, which you use to tackle and hit the wall. Eventually, over time, their citizens starved, and by the time we broke in, they just practically gave us the capital. It was glorious.
Jesus. Well, what's that like? I mean, I understand you've completed so many conquests. Like, how many? What's your body count?
I don't bother myself with that. I just know what we're doing is for the greater good and for the expansion of the great people of Mongolia.
With all those battles, all those people, have you had any premonitions, like death? Even a fearsome ruler like you is going to think about that every once in a while.
Death comes to all. I know in my own time I will not be able to finish the goal I set out, to conquer the world, to unite all. But hopefully my children will be able to continue my legacy. And for immortality, I believe a man's legacy is what keeps him alive, immortal.
Thank you for your time.
It is your pleasure.
Of course.